So now I'm going to show you how to use the foam roller to release tension in your hips and your thighs. We'll start with the hips. So you've got your foam roller on the floor here, and you want to sit on the foam roller, kind of right below your tailbone, and then you cross your leg over your foot and turn to the side. So the majority of the pressure from the foam roller is going into the meaty part of your hip and your glutes. So you're turned to the side here, and you're going to roll up and down just a small section in between your leg bone, your femur, and the top of your hip bone or your iliac crest. So you're not rolling into your low back and you're not rolling into your thigh. You're just staying in the small portion of your hip. So you can go back and forth as many times as you want. This is a really broad way to loosen up your hips. And then when you're ready, you can work on the other side. So go back to center and then turn to the other side, crossing your leg over and rolling up and down. You'll notice if you turn a little bit more to the side, you'll get more onto the outside of your hip, and if you roll a little bit more towards center, you'll be closer to your tailbone and your sacrum. When you're foam rolling, you never want to roll on top of a bone. So if it feels uncomfortable and like you're getting into your tailbone or your sacrum, then turn more to the side. So next you can foam roll your hamstrings. So you have the foam roller in between the angle of your legs, and you'll lift your bottom up and your feet up. So the only thing that's touching the floor right now is my hands, and you can roll from right above your knee to your glutes. So you're rolling the full length of your hamstrings. And then you can foam roll your IT band. So you'll come up to one side as if you're doing a plank, and you'll rest on the foam roller on the outside of your leg. Your top leg is, the foot is on the ground, and your knee is bent. So that's going to help support you. And then you can roll up to your hip and down. I usually do about midway down my thigh. So you can roll back and forth some. If that feels too intense, you can use this leg and your hand to hold up some of your weight. If you want it to be more intense, you can put your legs straight as if you're really doing a side plank, and then roll. So that'll add a little more weight onto, a little more pressure onto the foam roller. Once you're done with the top of your thigh and your IT band, you can roll down a little bit, and you'll roll on the bottom half between midway down your thigh to right above your knee. So you can do it as many times as you want. It should start to feel like it's relaxing and releasing. If it starts to feel like it's being aggravated, then I would stop and do something that's more gentle first. So then you can go ahead and do the other side. For a lot of people, the IT band is really tender. And I can say that for myself, the more I do this, the less tender it is. So take it in short steps. Maybe just do it a little bit to begin with, and then as it starts to loosen up and not be quite so tender, you can do it for longer. So then when you're ready, do the second half of your thigh. I'll move down. So you're starting in your mid-thigh and going down to your knee. Like I said, if that's too intense, you can use this top leg and engage it and press down, and that'll lift you up a little bit so there's less pressure. And then the last thing we'll do is foam roll your quads, the front of your thighs here. So you're gonna do basically a plank again, and you'll lay on top of the foam roller, and you can use your elbows to walk up a little bit and move you back and forth. So my legs are lifted so my feet don't get caught on the ground. I'm engaging my abdomen so that my low back is supported. And then you can do the bottom of your thighs. So starting right above your knee and rolling up to about mid-thigh. I like to turn my feet out and really get the inside of my thigh, the front inside, where the vastus medialis attaches to your knee. And then it can also feel good to turn your toes in as if you're pigeon-toed and get the vastus lateralis attachments at your knee. So I want to show you what my arms look like when I'm doing this. So I'm on my elbows and I'm just slowly moving back and forth. So that is how you foam roll your hip